All right, I read it just like you wrote it, so let's get started. we talked earlier for an interview at Blair on Fox 4 tonight at 10:30. Shameless plug. We talked about how it was good to be back in Texas. Your season ended in Texas this last year, I know. But what was your first year in the NFL like? After all you've been through, to finally get to this stage, every season has its ups and downs. What was your first year like?
It was amazing. Being drafted by Seattle, there was a lot of expectation on if he's gonna make the team or not. Yes, one hand he got drafted. That's amazing. But will he make the team? So that was more adversity for me to be able to overcome. And then making the team and then starting my first game of the season, I kind of silenced a lot of doubters at that point. But just throughout the season, it was a lot of ups and downs, like you said. But it was an amazing season, and being able to play with my brother and meet new people, be around great guys and great teammates. I learned so much, and it's definitely cheaper. I can say that. Staying with my brother kind of called. So that's definitely helpful. But I can't complain. The season was amazing. I'm glad to be a part of a great organization. I'm excited for a new year.
A lot of Seahawks fans here. We're here today to say hi to you. Well, let's tell your story from the beginning here. Born in St. Petersburg, Florida. You and your twin brother Shaquille back in July of 1995. And you were born with a syndrome that affected your left hand in such a way that the fingers would not fully develop. And at the age of 4, the difficult decision was made to have the amputation. What led up to that?
It was just a series of just a lot of pain. I just had the tissue. My hand wasn't fully formed. Throughout the first 4 years of my life, I couldn't really do too much. I couldn't play any sports because of the pain of the left hand. And I just remember me and my brother having bunk beds, and I used to always stay at the bottom, and that bunk bed was always pushed against the wall. And I just remember rolling over every night. I used to bump my hand on the wall, and I used to always wake up crying and screaming and stuff. And I remember when I was 4 years old, I rolled over and bumped my hand again, and I was just fed up with it. And I remember going to the kitchen, and I climbed up on the counter to get a kitchen knife. And my mom grabbed me from the counter, and she rocked me back to sleep, and then the next morning I was in the hospital. I remember just dragging my red wagon around, thought it was like taking a child to work day, thought it was a normal day. I just remember my mom picking me up, and they put me to sleep, and I woke up with bandages. And I remember my mom saying, "Don't go outside playing to mention your bandages." And I went outside and played football that next day, and got in trouble, but it was worth it.
So let's recap this story a little bit here. What a series of events. You're feeling such pain that you try to take matters into your own hands as a 4-year-old. So your parents and the doctors decide, okay, we're going to go through with this operation. And the day after you've had your hand amputated, you're out playing football?
Yeah.
Was that much of a
It was a big difference.
I mean,
it was a big difference. I mean, having the fingers removed, I don't know, I must have been studying normal for medicine anyway, but beside the point. But it just, I remember being outside with my brothers, and he threw the ball, and I ended up catching it. And when I felt it didn't hurt. It was bleeding a little bit, but it didn't hurt. So I threw the ball back, and I just kept playing. I was like, forget it, I'm all in now. So it didn't hurt. So I think that was the best part, that it didn't hurt. I remember just coming to the house and telling my mom that it feels so much better. It feels so much better. And she just started yelling, like, look at your bandage. I told you don't go outside playing. She didn't care that I said that. It didn't hurt no more. So, but it was amazing. I mean, me being able to be outside with my brothers again and playing and not having to worry about the pain of it. It was the start of something great. And I actually got put into football that same year.
Yeah, your dad, I watched that 60 Minutes piece, and they asked him, how do you teach him to catch a football when he has one hand? You remember what your dad said there?
I remember being outside, and he threw the ball a few times, and it hit me in the face. And he said, eventually, you're going to stop the ball from hitting your face.
Your parents and their role in getting you through this time. I mean, it just amazing people from what I could tell. They wouldn't allow you to use the words handicapped or disabled. They didn't want that as part of the conversation, right?
No, they never did. And, I hold myself accountable to make sure that I never allow myself to use those words, because, you feel like you have a disability, you feel like you're handicapped, that means you're incapable of doing something. And I never wanted to allow myself to have limitations on me on whatever I can do. So, you know, I always took that word serious to me when it came to, when somebody said it or when it was used to describe me, because I can do whatever I put my mind to.
Talking about living with your brother, and I know you and your brother Shaquille made a pact when you were 8 years old. What was that?
We was gonna always stay together, no matter what, no matter the situation, no matter the outcome. You know, we was gonna go to the same high school, the same college, have the same degree, marry twin girls. The twin girl part didn't work out, but everything else is gonna work out. But
Your current girlfriends might not
yeah,
too kindly on
they
that.
don't
Yeah.
agree. They don't agree. But so far, so good.
Did you ever ask why me? I think you've already answered that question. It's just a natural question you asked, but it sounds like it was such almost a relief to take this step that it freed you up more than anything else, huh?
Yeah, obviously throughout my time growing up, you know, you never know what the outcome is going to be. You know, working out every day, you know, just working my butt off just to see where I can finally be when I get older. You just never know. You know, it's like a little blurry when you're trying to see into the future. That's why you probably can't see in the future. But, you know, I just stayed focused. I mean, it was times that was hard, a lot of adversity I had to overcome, but, you know, I never shied away from adversity. I think adversity was maybe who I was, and, you know, it created me into being the person that I am today. And, you know, the more adversity, just the better me comes out.
Obviously, you overcame a lot of adversity to become an outstanding high school football player. You end up in Central Florida with your brother, and things weren't easy there for you. He was, I think he was excelling while you were struggling. Was there a time you thought about quitting football?
There was always times, you know, you always have that initial thought on if you have so many coaches saying, oh, this is not for you, and then you don't want to get to the point where you start believing in it. And I feel like the first 3 years of college, I wasn't playing football. I was so used to being dominant, and even from when I was a little boy in Little League, I was good. In high school, I was really good. And, you know, you get to college and you don't get that chance to play. You don't get that chance to showcase your talents. And I sat out for 3 years. You know, you got to not just have one hand, but you got any football player that can be like, I don't know, I feel like I'm falling behind. I don't know if I can be able to finish this. But, you know, my brother stayed in my circle the whole time. My family was in my circle. And it was like, just keep working. When your time comes, it will come. And it's so crazy because the first 3 years, my dad used to always say this. They said, they don't know your name now, but eventually it will. And he used to always say that every year. And I'm like, I don't know what that means, but okay. I guess. But, you know, my dad was always right. So it was just me just staying focused. I remember at one point in time where the head coach sent me home and I had to work 2 jobs because they felt like my brother won't be able to excel with me being beside him because I wasn't playing, he was. They're like, oh, send your brother home, he's not going to play here anyway. Maybe we should send him to a JUCO and finish out school. But like I said, my brother was always in my corner. And he vouched for me to come back and end up getting new coaching staff. And the first coach that gave me my opportunity. At that time, I excelled through all expectations.
Yeah, Scott Frost, who's now the coach at Nebraska, changed everything. And finally, you were able to prove how good you could be, right? How'd that feel?
Just needed a chance. That's all I needed. I was always good at doing, you know, everything at practice. Made a lot of plays. It was just the old coach that wasn't sure if I can be able to withstand the other guys that was in college when it comes to a game. But Coach Frost believed in me. You know, he seen me practice. He seen all the practice film throughout the old coaching staff, and he just bring me in the office like, why didn't he play you? I was like, just look, don't you see? And then Coach Frost was that guy who kind of made me believe myself once more. It was like, look, you've been playing a great ball. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to play and just show me what you got. That's all I needed.
And eventually leads you to the NFL. Taken in the 5th round of the 2018 draft by Seattle. Your brother had gone to the Seahawks the year before, so there you are together again. What do you remember about that draft night? You were at the draft, right?
Yes.
When your name was called, would have been the second day, I guess.
It was a long process. It was definitely long. I remember my agent saying that anything can happen. You can go from being from the 2nd round all the way to free agent. So it was like, do you want to go to the draft? I was like, man, this is an experience of a lifetime that I want to enjoy with my family. Oh, I'm telling you now. I mean, sitting there, I remember just doing different dances, just trying to keep my mind off the phone call. And then I remember I was using the bathroom, and I left my phone behind, and next thing you know, I got a phone call. I'm using the bathroom, my brother busting the bathroom, and I don't know why. When you get scared, your first instinct is to throw your hands up like this. I put my hands up, and I know I'm still using the bathroom. And my brother was yelling at me, answer the phone. I knew the area code. And I answered and it was Pete Carroll on the phone.
Did you tell Pete where you were? Yeah.
No, I heard him walked outside.
We talked about your first year a little bit. What's it like though to play with your brother in the NFL, other than saving expenses by living together? Is he came out of the year earlier than you, so does he still kind of play that big brother role in terms of trying to guide you through, and you decide what you're going to listen to and what you aren't? Is that what it comes down to?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's worse than ever now. Him being considered a vet in the league now, it's just like I was a rookie, and obviously the rookie hazing is going to start with him. So I had to always take out the trash, had to wash the dishes. And I was like, I thought about it. I remember Bobby Wagner saying, wait, he shouldn't make you do stuff at home. It's only in the facility. So I've been here 3 months, and I've been washing dishes, taking out the trash, but we were supposed to be going back and forth. So he got me. He got me. I can't do nothing about it now, but you know, having him is like more of just being a twin brother, and just being by my side. You know, he's also a mentor and showing me how the ropes go. Cause obviously he just did his rookie season, so he knows exactly what you need to do. And he's always telling me to be seen but not heard. And you know, you want to have the respect of the vets to be able to make sure that if you're doing the right thing, they want you to be around. And you know, stuff here and stuff like that was very important. And even when I was tired, he was like, I know it's gonna be a long rookie year, but this is the hardest year you're gonna have. And he just stayed in my circle and made sure I kept pushing.
There have been so many photo moments now and videos that have gone viral as young kids especially have connected with you. There was a little boy named Joseph, whom you met at an event, who had lost his left hand, as I remember, and the connection there was incredible. Can you tell me what you remember about that day?
I was in Jacksonville, just taking pictures, doing a meet and greet, hanging out, interacting with all the fans and stuff. And I remember Joseph came up with this small boy, and I just remember he was walking around. His parents just was sitting back and let him do his thing. He was walking around, and he was looking at everybody, and everybody trying to get his attention. And then when he looked at me, he stared for a second. He was like, I think I'm supposed to be with you right now. And I don't know if he was like, well, we ain't look alike, so it's like, maybe I should walk to you. And just that moment was amazing. I remember just dropping down on one knee, and I was like, come in, Joseph. And like everybody was calling him, but he was only focused on seeing me. So it was a very heartwarming moment, and I just remember just holding him, and he hugged me back, and we were taking photos, and he was smiling and stuff. And I remember putting him back down, and when he walked away, he turned around and looked at me again, and was like, you know what, I don't want to go with my parents, I want to stay with you. And he came back. So I mean, that entire moment was amazing, and so heartwarming, it was very humbling for me.
Because that's, I don't know how, 3 years old probably?
No, very young.
Little kid.
Yes.
But he's looking at you and saying, you know how this feels.
Yes.
Do you feel the same way when you look at him? You think, okay, we have a unique connection here.
Well, I'm older,
really,
so I
really
knew
special.
we had another connection, but just to see him notice, and for him to kind of grasp everything that was going on at that moment, it was amazing. You don't see little kids that kind of have the knowledge of actually what's going on, but he did.
Yeah, I would encourage anybody who's not looked at those photos or video to look at that. It's really special. Achieve is a really special organization. I know you've learned a little bit about it today. It empowers adults with intellectual disabilities. There's a work center north of downtown Dallas that's just an amazing place. What does it mean to you to be here today and to be able to meet so many people and learn a little bit about this organization and the work it's doing?
I mean, it's amazing. It's definitely an honor to be here. It's special to me, and you know, it's so humbling to see that, you know, me working my butt off to get to where I need to go, and for everybody else who's doing the same thing and being around this organization that has your best interest and make sure that it puts you in the best position to do what you love. And you know, you just want to just be a part. You know, you have a lot of others that kind of confused on, you know, me playing football or somebody who everybody say that's disabled who's not, who can work just as much as anybody else. But the only thing we do is want a fair opportunity, a fair shot to be able to show what we can do. Because the thing is, we're going to give everything we have. We're going to give full effort. We're going to give 100% every single day. We're going to enjoy what we're doing because, you know, we didn't think that we were going to be able to. But we just kept our mind straight. We kept our mind focused. We stayed faithful that was given the opportunity, the world was given the opportunity to showcase what we actually can do and be a part of this community, be a part of this world, be a part of something that's normal to everybody else. You know, you're just grateful, and I'm thankful for me to have the opportunity to be here and be able to, you know, speak amongst everybody else.
I think what's so cool about you is we've talked for several minutes now, and I introduced you as one of the most inspirational athletes, but you've talked about people who inspire you. That's what's been a big part of this conversation. Your brother, your parents, a kid like Joseph. It's a two-way street, isn't it, to find that inspiration?
Oh, definitely. Like I said, I didn't know I was going to be here. I didn't know I was going to be put in this position and be able to inspire others, but I was always inspired before I even got here. You know, me being able to showcase my talents, me being able to do what I love, is helping others. And as I go on, a lot of kids are helping me as I go.
Before we wrap up, what are your goals now? Where do you? I guess it's a pretty obvious answer, but where do you hope your career goes from here? How good can you be? How good can your team be?
I just want to beat Dallas.
That isn't that hard a lot of seasons.
But I'm excited for the season. I've been working my butt off to get ready for the upcoming season. I'm ready to be a part of the organization again, be a part with my brother, and just see what comes. Like I said, I can't see it in the future, but I know I give 110% every day. Something good is going to come out of it.
Something tells me you're going to be just fine. Ladies and gentlemen, Shaquille Griffin.
We appreciate it. Thank you. Mike, thank you very much, both of you. We're going to do our last door prize, but you're talking about the Cowboys. I'm going to